Okay, this is a video for the Unique Melody Maverick titanium version. It's I believe it's 6 driver, 1 dynamic, 5 BAs. It's very artsy. Again, titanium, etc., etc. It's quite a large set. I don't think you can quite appreciate its massive size unless I take another supposedly very large set, the Sony Z1Rs, and put it next to it. It is a beast. It is difficult to get in your ear. Bottom line, I've switched the cables, I've played with tips. It's hard. If you can't get a good seal, you know what happens after that. You're not going to get the playback that's claimed. Even if you do get it, which I have, the playback is average. It's not that great. Let's go ahead and take a look at the graph. Actually, let's go ahead and switch and take a look at the item itself. This is a translated page from Earphone when I Google. Why did I get this set? Because I'm convinced that hybrid is the best way to do earphones. I think that bass is best taken care of by dynamic drivers in my experience, like the Sony, which is a full range driver, actually, full frequency. But it's taken care of. And also the treble's being taken care of by dynamic. But hybrids with the Legacy 9 by Ti Audio is a hybrid. The Sony is a hybrid. The Empire Ears is a hybrid. I'm convinced that that's the case. So I saw this and decided to grab that. That might be golden. Let's take a look at this. T-Fat. That's the thing. Everybody's got their own. Campfire Audio, Empire Ears. They've all got their unique naming scheme. 6 driver, 1 low. Low mid 1 BA, mid 1 BA, high 2 BA, plus 1 custom semi-open BA for TFAT. So I guess they've got one of their special. I think 64 Audio does the same thing. Bunch of regular drivers that they don't really talk about what exactly they are, and then one special proprietary, maybe, technology. It's like everybody's doing that. They can't put them all in there, just give you one of them, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Some of the music I listen to: Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams, Violent Femmes, Please Do Not Go, America, Tin Man, Aerosmith, No More, No More, Led Zeppelin, Hey Hey What Can I Do, Grateful Dead, Ripple, Since I've Been Loving You by Led Zeppelin, U2, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, Def Leppard, Bringing on the Heartbreak, Ozzy D, Metallica, Fade to Black, Most Def, Definition. For the people, you don't need to do like all that. That's a lot. I actually listen to a lot more, but let's go ahead and start with that. This is all about the music. Before we get into the music, how it's going to be played back, let's take a look at the graph. It is a bright set. The peanut gain, trajectory, slope, if we were to, let's say, see this cursor, here's 1K. Let's drag this down and imagine that this is getting dragged down too. It would probably be right at 10 or 11 dB elevation from 1K to 2.5, 3, right there. It is a treble dominant set, and it's got a lot of post 8K energy, which I'm a fan of because that gives life to cymbals. Actually gives death to cymbals, the proper death. And it lends itself to have a wide stage. And this does, in fact, upon good seal, listening to stuff like U2, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, it does give a good sense of stage. Let me go ahead and type in U2. I believe I got all of them. Rattle and hum. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. There's a part where the crowd is clapping and kind of rising on the left and right at around 40 seconds, and it sounds, with a good seal, the stage is in fact fairly wide. Not as much as the Sony's, because the Sony dynamic tweeter is one of the special things about the set, period. So it's not on the level of that, but relative to some other things, it's got a reasonably wide sense of air that again can be attributed to this info being elevated. 10K and other points can. There's not a lot of info up there, but it is there, and when you can hear it, it adds to the sense of air and space, which is the psychoacoustic illusion that you're getting a big presentation when in fact you got earplugs with speakers playing into your ear and you don't have space, but your brain thinks it has space. That's psychoacoustic, and that's the art of tuning. And they did a good job with this set as it comes and as it relates to stage. Let me put this here. It makes me nervous to have it separated from its cable. So on a track like U2, it sounds quite good actually, if you get a good seal. On, let's go to Violent Femmes. Violent. This is such a classic album. And you listen to a track called Please Do Not Go, a track that you could listen to. You could go find it on YouTube. They did it's an unplugged anyway. It's the same version, but they're older now, like 20 years older than when they recorded this album. And if you watch the bassist, you can see, if you play the bass, he's obviously loosened his strings just a little bit, and he's getting that longer decay resonance, and it's kind of the targeted sound that they're going for on this track. Most of this album, in fact, I believe that there's 3 members, maybe a drummer, guitarist, lead singer, rhythm guitarist, and also the bassist. They might have 4, but I think it's 3. It's very simple stuff. You can really focus on the instruments. On this, the bass is kind of light. It's too light for my liking. If you look at this, I should superimpose this on another graph. Best case scenarios, you get a really good seal and you get this, and what you're getting is a plateau of treble where you're looking down on the bass, instead of something like I showed you with a set like Crinicles or other well-tuned sets like the BA-1 03, where the treble and the bass are basically looking across at each other because they're approximately at the same height. This is a bright set, treble dominant, like the Dunu Luna, like the Final Audio A8000. They're all bright sets because I guess that's what they think is popular. I would prefer stuff that has more balance to its tuning, where the bass is there when it's supposed to be. This is an example of a track where the bass is supposed to be front and center for a certain portion of the song, and it actually doesn't sound that way. So this would be a fail, kind of a bass check, and it doesn't really check out very well. Something where this would sound good, Grateful Dead, Ripple, acoustic guitar, Jerry Garcia. It's a very simple song. This plays that well, but I'm coming to find out that a lot of stuff plays something like Ripple very well, so that's not really I guess I'm trying to find the positive actually. So it doesn't do stuff that has, forget about hip-hop, because Tupac does not work on this. Something with a 4-string bass guitar that's dominant, like the Violent Femmes, this just doesn't sound that great. The bass really isn't there as it's supposed to be. Ripple sounds good, but it sounds good on most stuff unless you've had really borked mids. U2 still haven't found what I'm looking for. The space sounds good, but that low end, because it's a live recording, sometimes you can hear the bassist prominently at certain moments. It's not really there, so it's kind of an incomplete playback. America Tin Man is kind of where you can check the vocals really, and the harmonic extension of a single singer right here. This is a classic album. Horse with No Name, I Need You, Sandman, Ventura Highway, Tin Man, Lonely People, Sister, Golden Hair. Just really, really classic album. His vocals are right up on you. Right up on you. Remember, I bought this set. This wasn't sent to me. If this turned out really great like I thought it was on first listen, I would be happy to have this in my collection. Unfortunately, no. So it doesn't do 4-string bass very well. It does give a good sense of air. Mids are decent. Grateful Dead Ripple sounded fine. Vocals are mid and early treble pretty much, mostly the harmonic stage, and it's not really doing very well on America. So instead of going on long ramble videos, I'll just go ahead and sum this up. On the music that I listen to, The graph reflects what I'm hearing. It's not very bassy. It's large in physical size. It's hard to get a fit. It's kind of like ear art more than it is high quality playback. The mids are unspectacular. They're not bad. The treble is the dominant part of this headphone all the time, even on stuff where the bass should maybe be stepping to the front, like Violent Femmes, Please Do Not Go. The treble's always there. The harmonic parts of the acoustic guitar that are strumming, and also when the vocals come in, totally take over the bassist, who should still be taking over the mix, listening to other gear that's much more balanced. So based on the library that I listened to, I paid full price for these two. I think I did. I didn't get a deal. I sometimes get stuff from Earphone, just buy them, and sometimes I get them used because they have very high quality standards for resale. Don't recall which one this set was exactly, but I'll be moving on from them. I might do Patreons or something for this set. If you get this, you'd be lucky, because you could sell it. Again, my Patreons, they get it for $20 if they win, and then you could turn this over and give it to somebody that's convinced money buys you audio quality. So you would win twice. You'd actually get it, and you could get money and then buy a real good set of earphones like the Sony. Price-wise, these are very close to the Sony IER Z1R. In quality, they're in different universes. They're not even comparable, really. I think I have this in my A tier right now. I might drop it to B. I'm just not feeling really good about them right now. After feeling good about them initially, really happy, listening to music, feeling down, I think that's the best. It's for playing music, so you know what I mean? I think I'll drop it to B and move along. And maybe some Patreon will get lucky and flip it and then buy something that's like the Sony or something like that, or just keep the money. Whatever, I don't care. So I'm out. That's the Unique Melody Maverick Titanium. It's a hybrid. It was bought because I'm on the hunt for the best hybrids, because those are going to be the best, in my opinion, matching my tastes, and my list is going to eventually be dominated by hybrids. I hope. That's what I'm hoping to do. And I'm out. You guys stay safe. Take care. All right?